The kingdom of Aksum, also known as the Aksumite Empire, was a kingdom centered in Northeast Africa and South Arabia. The empire lasted from classical antiquity to the Middle Ages. Based primarily in what is now northern Ethiopia, the kingdom of Aksum spanned from modern-day Eritrea to northern Djibouti and eastern Sudan. At its height, during the reign of King Caleb, it even extended into much of southern Arabia. As the kingdom became a major power on the trade route between Rome and India, it entered the Greco-Roman cultural sphere. Greek was the language of administration in Aksum, and it was widely known by the 3rd century AD. It is also interesting to know that the Greek language was commonly used in inscriptions, coinage, and in trade. The kingdom of Aksum was considered one of the ancient worlds, 4 great powers of the 3rd century, alongside Persia, Rome, and China. Beginning with the reign of Endubis, Aksum minted its own coins, which have been excavated in locations as far as Caesarea in southern India. The kingdom continued to expand throughout late antiquity, conquering the city of Meroe from the Kush Empire. This city is well known today for its impressive pyramids. Though they only kept it for a short period of time, it is believed this is why they inherited the Greek exonym Ethiopia. One notable moment in the history of the kingdom of Aksum was its conversion to Christianity in the 4th century CE. This was largely due to the influence of the legendary King Ezana, who is credited with introducing Christianity to the region and building the first Christian church in the kingdom. Another major moment in the history of the Aksumite civilization was its mastery of the sea trade routes, which allowed them to become a major player in the global trade network of the time. The kingdom was a major exporter of ivory, gold, and other valuable commodities, and it traded with powerful civilizations such as Rome and India. Now that we have a great perspective on who they are, let's get to know some of their most memorable kings. Once upon a time, there lived a king named Caleb. He was a very wise and brave king who ruled over his people with fairness and kindness. One day, a neighboring kingdom called the Himyarites, located in modern-day Yemen, declared war on Aksum. They wanted to take over Aksum and its people. King Caleb knew that he had to defend his kingdom and his people. First, he raised an army, then led them into battle against the Himyarites. The two armies clashed in a fierce battle that lasted for days. Finally, King Caleb and his army emerged victorious, and the Himyarites were defeated. But the story does not end there. King Caleb was not satisfied with just defeating the Himyarites. He wanted to make sure that they would never attack Aksum again. So, he decided to invade their kingdom and conquer them. Caleb and his army marched into the Himyarite kingdom and they fought another fierce battle. But once again, King Caleb emerged victorious and the Himyarite kingdom was conquered. King Caleb did not stop there. He did something very remarkable. Instead of ruling over the Himyarites with an iron fist, he showed them kindness and compassion. He allowed them to keep their own language, culture, and religion. This was far from common. He even appointed one of their own as the governor of the conquered kingdom. This act of kindness and compassion by King Caleb earned him the respect and admiration of not just his own people, but also of the Himyarites. Another important king of the kingdom of Aksum was a wise and powerful king named Ezana. He was so famous that his story is still told today, over 1,000 years later. King Ezana was born into a royal family and became the king of Aksum when he was still very young. But despite his youth, he was a very wise and capable ruler. He knew how to lead his people, how to make good decisions, and how to protect his kingdom from invaders. He reigned from 320 until 360 AD, managing 40 years of growth for the empire. King Ezana was a devout Christian, and he believed that it was his duty to spread the Christian faith throughout his kingdom. He even sent his own men on long journeys to other lands to learn more about Christianity and bring back holy artifacts. But King Ezana wasn't just a wise ruler and a devout Christian. He was also a great warrior. He led his army into battle against the neighboring kingdom of Kush, and he emerged victorious. He expanded the borders of his kingdom and brought prosperity and peace to his people. In the end, King Ezana's legacy lived on long after he was gone. He was remembered as a wise and powerful king who brought Christianity to his people and expanded his kingdom through his bravery and leadership. And his story is still told today as a reminder of the great history and traditions of the Kingdom of Aksum. We have reached the end of this video. In conclusion, the Kingdom of Aksum was a great empire in ancient times with a rich history and many legendary rulers like King Caleb and King Ezana. Their stories demonstrate the strength and greatness of the kingdom, and their legacies continue to inspire people today. The Aksumites were known for their trade and religious practices, and their achievements in architecture, agriculture, and military tactics were impressive. Despite its decline and eventual fall, the Kingdom of Aksum left a lasting impact on Africa's history and culture, and its legacy continues to be celebrated and studied by scholars and enthusiasts around the world. I hope you enjoyed learning about this fascinating civilization. Like and subscribe to the channel for more exciting content on African history. Thank you for watching.